Hello, it's me. Hi, it's me, Pearl, from Pearl and the Prayers. This is Tuned in Tarot. We're here to take a look at the balance between the divine masculine, oh, sorry about that, and the divine feminine inside ourselves. Understanding that whatever state we find this energy in, we can expect to see that reflected back to us in our interactions with others, in our external environment. And if we see things we want to shift or change, we really do need to shift and flow with the energy within us. All right, I think that's everything we need to say. And I think that roach is dead. Okay, let's go ahead now and get started. I am overwhelmed because there's a lot of overthinking here today, uh, mostly coming from the masculine, but I think it's because um, there's something very big going to be happening over there because it's just a lot. So the masculine's going to go first today for sure because he's got almost every single card showing except for two. And actually, the feminine did that as well, but the masculine had like way more cards. And divine feminine also was overthinking, but just not as badly. So when you come here, oh my gosh, it's like I'm, it's like I'm a cannabis smoker or something. Okay, so when you come to my readings or anybody's readings, you're usually seeking messages, seeking clarity in some way. If there's periods of no communication, if there's things that are baffling to you, maybe you're just curious, but there's all kinds of different reasons why you might have come here today. Usually you want to hear something that's going to make you feel better. So I want you to imagine right now, what do you think would make you feel better if it happened today? If this thing happened, you would just be like, oh, yes, I can finally put that thought out of my head. Don't have to think about that anymore. And now this has happened and it's great. Just think about that thing for a moment. Okay. That's what you think you need. Here's what you actually need. Oh, it's reunion. It's the Six of Cups. It's reconnecting, reuniting, nostalgia, bliss, innocence, play like child, heart centered, lovely energy. That's what you need. That's kind of what I was thinking. So, that sounds nice. Okay. I would like to reunite. Thank you. Thank you, universe. So that's going to direct the messages today. Understanding that what we actually do need to do is reconnect with someone, reunite with someone, reconnect with our past. In some cases, maybe release the past. Although I'm getting a strong feeling of this is embracing the things that have happened in the past and feeling that it's all come to a fulfillment of some kind, that you can see that everything happened for a reason, sort of a kind of message coming from that card. All right, so Divine Masculine is going to go first. Now, listen, this is not a gender. When I say Divine Masculine, I'm not talking about a person of masculine identifying gender. I'm talking about an energy. And the person that you focus on is not just one or the other. So you should listen to all messages from the feminine side and the masculine side. In fact, if you neglect the feminine side because you don't feel it's as important as the masculine side, you might want to ask yourself about that, because that sounds like what's happening all across the United States of America. So change your thoughts. Okay. Divine Masculine. I'm really punchy today. I don't know. Today's weird. I have so much to do that I've entered into the Pisces rising delusional period. This is where we know that we don't know how we're going to accomplish anything. So we're just delusionally accepting that all will be accomplished and we are not really sure how, which is where everybody's supposed to be. Like, that's what you're teaching people to be. But it's actually kind of just as overwhelming in some ways. I'm gonna try to see, like, is it better that I feel that way? I'm like, no, because in the back of my mind, I wish somebody would just tell me that it was done, and I'd be like, oh, cool, thanks. Okay, maybe that's what happened. Because of this card right here. This is the first thing. This is the overall thing, the top of the deck, overall headspace for the Divine Masculine from the Housewives Tarot is the Ace of Pentacles. And with the Housewives Tarot, of course, we are seeing that there is sort of like what is it, like a dishwashing hand gloved energy. It looks feminine to me, but I think it's just because of this little sleeve here, which is like the bottom of the rubber glove thing, but whatever. There's like this feminine energy that comes from this, which is interesting because I know intuitively as a psychic that the masculine is thinking about proposing, and this is the Ace of Pentacles, about wanting to make this offer to the feminine. But it's very interesting because what he's thinking about is not giving it to her. He's thinking about her receiving it. Will she receive this offer? Yes. There, cleared it up for you. Go do it now. Cool. Thank you. You know my number. Hi. The first thing on Divine Masculine's mind this morning is the King of Wands. Now, this is in my past placement. So I do 3 positions clarified, and then I clarify with an additional 6 cards in the heart space, if you've never been here before. So when I when I look at the first part, this is the energy that you've been carrying in to the current energy, which is in the center. And then if you're carrying this current energy in, you will likely end up here. That's how I read my readings. Or this is where you want to go, maybe. That's how I should say it better. Divine Masculine here. He's the King of Wands. It's here, right? Didn't have to come out. Could have been a page. Could have been a 9. Could have been anything. But it's the king. So he feels like the King of Wands who has not been taking action. So he's feeling insecure. He could have had a really big ego that he was dealing with. Not could have had. Did have a really big ego that he was dealing with. What else? Definitely I feel because this is like the plumbing that we're looking at here in the wands card, and these are implements of cleaning. And what he's done is he's built this wand which allows him to multitask. Okay. And I think that this divine masculine is thinking about how he tried to do that. He tried to have either multiple partners, or he tried to like, that 2 of Pentacles energy. He tried to like balance what was going on here with what was going on over here. And because of that, he couldn't take the action he desired to take. He was splitting his energy. Look at that. I've never really interpreted the card that way until today, but that definitely is resonating with me. I've never sort of honed in on the significance of the wand that he's holding. Also, plumbing being associated with water, emotions. So channeling his emotions, his passion, his fire into all of these different things. What that ended up resulting in is what we've got right now, which is the 6 of Wands. This is crazy now that I just realized I've never honed in on that and its significance for this card. And it's in reverse. But if you look at the image here, you can see that there are these magic tools, these magic cleansing tools, cleaning up this mess in this house, this kitchen, and all these feminines out here looking, ooh, look at what's happened in there. Look at, and I think also being like it's magic. Now, the divine masculine, we know, was not taking the action to clean up his mess. And because of that, he was afraid that people were going to see his dirty laundry or whatever, his messy kitchen, his messy home life, the bad things that he viewed. This is too with the King of Wands in reverse. That's like uncontrolled sexual energy. And the 6 of Wands in reverse coming out together, it's not wanting love affairs to be public, not wanting to, yeah, that's literally what that is. I don't want people to know that I was fucking around. Oh well, because you were, and you did. So the reason why, so we're seeing him, that remember, this is his headspace. This is what he's thinking about. He's like, I didn't want people to know about my success. That's the other thing, because this is the 6 of Wands, right? This isn't the 5 of Wands. It's not like I didn't want people to know about, like, this karmic mat. No. This is I didn't want people to know about my divine feminine. And because it was messy. It was messy. And that's why this is going to really shock the divine feminine, because this is this really interesting image. Most of the 4 of cups that you see, the person is not aware of this offer. They don't notice it. They're focused here. Divine feminine is expecting this big offer. And divine masculine is like, yeah, so about that. I'm going to do that now, and it's going to shock you because, as you know, I didn't want people to know about our relationship. Now, this is where a lot of the overthinking comes in. I pulled this card, and then all these cards came out and landed on top of it. And I flipped them over and was like, okay, I guess those go together. And I'm glad, because this is the best news I got all day. Clarifying what this divine masculine was not doing while he was trying to do things that he couldn't do. This is what if I could. This is not, oh, yes, not having his sexual energy under control. So this is like this when the king of wands is upright, he's a monogamous king because he has mastered where he channels his energy. Okay. When he's in reverse, this is a king that's not he's no. This is a king that's got like 1,000 mistresses type of a deal. And not that your person that you're thinking about did that, but think about yourself. Okay, this is you. Because remember, I always want you to come back to think about yourself. This is you in an energy that is you have something you're very passionate about and you want to do, and you would love to channel all of your energy into that one desire, but you have to, you have to pay your bills, you have to deal with your family's requests, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this. So you're spread too thinly. Okay, and you can't channel your creativity, or your passion and energy into your creativity so that you can make that art project that you wanted to do for your whole life or whatever it is. So that's how you can reflect upon this being an energy. It's not just about a person that you're focused on having a bunch of girlfriends or boyfriends or whatever. That is your ego being butt sore about a legitimate betrayal in some cases. And others no, because you weren't in a relationship and there was no understanding and you don't own anybody. But if you had some kind of a understanding and that understanding was broken or somebody went behind your back and whatever, like, fine. And you can be hurt no matter whether it's the no matter whether that person doing that is when you're not in a relationship or not. It doesn't matter. But it's not just about philandering. It's not just about cheating energy, because it's about how we spread ourselves thinly across the board. This divine masculine may have had karmic partners that he was having sexual experiences with, but so everybody needs to have sexual experiences. I'm sorry. Like, it is frustrating when you want to have a relationship with somebody and you know it's going to be good and they're telling you they love you in some way and they really do want to be with you, and then there's still engaging with other people, but at the same time it's like, so because you're free to do that too, and you're like, well, I'm not free because of my heart. Okay, well, that's you. That's a you problem. Like, I'm, saying this to myself here. I watch these messages when I play them back. That's a you problem, because you have to manage your emotions. That person cannot fulfill your every single desire of perfection, so they're always appealing to you. They can't. That's never going to be the case, and they get to be autonomous from now until they die, because this is about unconditional love. If you want conditional love, get off the twin flame journey and go get into a karmic relationship and have a relationship with somebody will never cheat, because that, you know, because it's a safe person who just wouldn't do something like that. Although I don't think there's a single person who could say that for sure, because you never know until you're in a situation. So that's the thing. You'll be insecure. You'll be insecure because you'll always be like, oh, well, this person's not going to cheat. And then if they do, then you'll be like, wait, everybody cheats. So, like, you have to be in a place where you trust yourself to survive anything. And it, and you choose a person who has the same values and goals that you have. And it is likely that when you choose a person like that, you will be in alignment and put the relationship first because that's what you want to do. This person that you were focused on that was in this energy couldn't do that. And you're mad at them. You're like, why don't you be with me? And it's like, because I can't. I'm not able to be committed to one path. I'm concerned that I might miss out on something, or I'm afraid of what real deep true intimacy feels like, or I don't know if I'm capable of that. There's, to be angry or upset at a person for being unsure how they can handle themselves, that's not okay. But once you start to think about them like that, you're like, oh, what I really thought was that they just didn't want me. But that's really not what it's about. If you get your ego out of it, which is another thing behind the King of Wands in reverse, releasing that big ego, both of you are going to have a lot more happiness in your lives, and the happiness is going to come from your own sense of security that you have in this moment. Okay, oh my god, I have to keep going. I'm like only on the freaking headspace, and I said it was going to be quick and dirty. Okay, I'm just going to allow that I might have to do a part 2 of this reading if I don't finish. Like, I might have to do the oracle separately, but just putting that out there so I can relax and I don't have to think about the time. Okay, so clarifying this, the King of Wands was this world card. And I was like, yes, ending this cycle. Yes, no more of this bullshit where you're spread too thin. Hi, Bowie. Oh, look, there's Bowie in her diaper. Oh, she looks so cute. Ending this cycle of spreading yourself too thinly, of not putting your whole heart and passion into the one thing that you truly desire, of philandering, if that was what you were doing, of, think about yourself as every time you go choose like a shallow activity that doesn't really give you much. Like, let's say you have like, I'm working on my record and I want to finish my record, okay? Every time I choose to listen to a podcast or watch a show or, like chat on the phone with somebody for hours and hours and hours about not a lot of stuff, I'm choosing something that is, that I should have in my life. Like, I should have entertainment in my life. I should have connection with people in my life. And none of those activities are inherently bad. Um, but they're not going to give me the depth that I'm seeking in experiencing my reality, because somewhere I have to put my whole heart into the thing that I really desire. I can't just keep like giving Netflix all my love and adoration when I need to finish my record. Like, I need to either cut out that stuff until I finished what I want to do. And this is like where my money goes too. Like, where does your money go? Does your money go to your project you really want to do? Or are you like spending it on a bunch of frivolous stuff because you're like, well, I do need Hulu at the same time as I have Netflix. Even though I kind of just concentrate on Netflix, like I should probably just keep Hulu on. Like, right? So there's all these little micro decisions, that choices you're making, that if you really thought about it and you really wanted this one thing and you did that one thing, you've put all of your money or whatever into that one thing, it would be done. And then you would have the thing and it would return its investment to you. And then you can watch Netflix. And but you don't do that, right? You don't do that. You're, and there's a lot, and you got a lot of reasons why. You're tired. You deserve this food or this entertainment or this activity, or someone else needs you. That's the big one for talking on the phone for hours. Like, someone else needs me. Okay, slippery slope, right? So all that is being closed out. That's what has been happening in this past cycle, that we've been closing out the energy. And then these cards clarified what was being closed out. And so the Knight of Wands, and this is the Knight of Wands who is a child. with a plunger. That's not an effective tool for for slaying dragons. The Hermit in reverse, which is this, in this case, this divine feminine doing her soul work, just retreating, really finding herself, getting to know herself, but that's in reverse. And the Two of Cups. So there's a bunch of layers here. There's a masculine energy who was resisting being alone. And that's so interesting because this whole time the divine feminine has been alone doing her soul searching, um and strongly desiring to be with this masculine. That masculine was strongly desiring not to be alone because that would require the divine masculine to tune in to the divine feminine, which is the one thing that he really desires. And if he did that, he would have to acknowledge that he wasn't taking action towards what he desired. So, he would just go rather than be alone. He would surround himself with these other activities that, like I said in all my examples, not just relationships, but anything he sort of fancied. And this is like inconsistency all around. Okay. So this is what's closing out. Bye. Clarifying the Six of Wands in reverse, we have the Seven of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups. This is what he did not want people to know about. He did not want divine feminine, who was nurturing and caring for this relationship she wanted to have with him, to know about this single and independent energy, this indulgence, this self-indulgence in third-party energy. And maybe he didn't want her to know about a child in some cases. That's come up a lot in these collective readings. But this is what he has been afraid of people finding out about. So in some cases, he's afraid of people finding out that he planted these seeds to be in union with the divine feminine because he was already married to someone else. Things like that. Okay. So now in this current energy, he is not looking forward to. Hi. Well, thank you. What do you need? You want your cards read? Go get a toy. Go get a toy. Okay. She's funny. She's not usually that insistent upon me. I gotta finish. Sorry, that was distracting. So I lost it. Maybe I wasn't supposed to go there. All right. Bowie's like, shh, not that. Okay. But this is what he did not want people to know about, that he was nurturing this connection with the divine feminine, and wanting to reward himself with this union with her. Okay, so that's what the current energy has been like. What's going to happen now is this Four of Cups here is being clarified by the Seven of Cups in reverse. So divine masculine is choosing to make this offer to the feminine and to release any other options. This is, I choose you, basically. And this is to this feminine energy. Shocking. Oh my God, we're only just clarifying the heart space now. Holy shit. Okay, so the Ace of Pentacles is being clarified in the heart space by the Three of Swords in reverse. And the Three of Swords in reverse is usually about finally healing these wounds, ending the separation in some cases, no longer hurting yourself by not making a decision, by being indecisive. And in this case, it's an offer to heal the separation, which is how I know that this is, will divine feminine accept my offer despite the pain that I caused her? The niggling thing. Oh, we never did the niggling thing in the back of the mind. We just went straight to the first thing in his. But that's interesting because I talked about this card and I couldn't see it. It was behind my other card. This was the niggling thing in the headspace. The Two of Pentacles in reverse. I literally did this gesture when I was talking about that. And so underlying all his thoughts and decisions is the imbalance between him and the divine feminine, the choices that he's had to make and how he wants to change um, from juggling any other energy and choose one feminine and have that bliss, that 10 of cups, that spiritual fulfillment with one feminine, the divine feminine. Okay, come on, just there we go. All right. Oh my god, I have to go quick. So no kidding. Who is clarifying this King of Wands in reverse? Only the Empress in reverse, the distorted feminine. So we have distorted masculine energy who had a distorted feminine energy. And we're probably seeing what he was juggling, maybe ex-wife or baby mama or a long-term girlfriend, whatever. Somebody he was committed to. There's pregnancy implied in not every Empress card I have does have pregnancy, but this one does. And we had that baby in the Three of Cups. So there's definitely some children involved in some cases. And so the divine masculine also felt that he was impatient, like not wanting to make the Empress wait, the divine feminine wait for him anymore. But definitely there is this distorted energy I'm seeing. Like he couldn't take action because of his ex, okay? And clarifying that is the Queen of Swords in reverse. So this again is now we know he's overthinking. He had more cards than ever. It's taken me 26 minutes to do his headspace. So or we're just getting into the heart space now. So he literally was overthinking quite a bit. So his heart space is aware of this, that he's in this analysis paralysis. But this is also not wanting this very cutting, judgmental, problematic feminine energy to know about what he truly wanted. I think he felt that if this energy knew about it, can also be a maternal energy, like his own mother, that she would not approve or that she would be angry in some cases. There was a lot of fear there. The Four of Cups is being clarified by the Ten of Pentacles. So I know for certain, whenever I have the Four of Cups, it could be about not accepting the offer. It could be about just staying in fantasy, about not being grounded. But I had a feeling because of that imagery on the cup that this was divine masculine finally making the big offer. And there we see clarified in his heart space what that offer is, which is like this 10 of Pentacles material, happiness, loyalty, commitment, devotion, family, everything, the whole shebang. Clarifying this cycle that's closing out. Oh, shit. The Three of Pentacles, which is about the 3D and about there's a third party. This is what cycle is closing out. Divine masculine wants to be in partnership with the feminine. And in order to be in partnership with the feminine, he has to close out any of this philandering energy and actually come into physical union with her. Okay, right? And the reason I'm freaked out is because I just pulled, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Clarifying this. Divine feminine patiently waiting. Okay, so the other meaning of this, by the way, is that not just that he didn't want this other feminine energy to see divine feminine, but that divine feminine herself, in her single energy, she wasn't doing what the masculine was doing. The masculine knows this. This individual in the dynamic relationship dynamic was not having other partnerships. She was focused on her her wealth, on growing her wealth and abundance, on really building herself up to prepare herself for union. And then that is clarified by the Three of Cups, which is the reunion. And I'm just shocked because this theme today is the reunion. Like, I'm like freaking out a little bit. Not gonna lie. Okay. And then what is coming after the reunion? But this choice is literally the Four of Wands. Like, how the fuck? Okay. And I saw this card in the deck when I was shuffling today. And like before it came out, I just saw it like as I picked up the deck to shuffle it. And then here it is. And I wondered, I was like, oh, will I see you again? Yes, I will. I will see that the divine masculine is choosing to offer the divine feminine commitment, marriage, sacred union, celebration, a solid, strong foundation in relationships. Okay. I don't mind that took 30 minutes. All right, let's finish up Divine Feminine. Worst case scenario, I'll just finish Headspace and Heartspace and I'll do a separate video for the oracles later today. And you'll just have a delayed healing session. Take a little time to chew on that divine masculine energy over there. Holy shit. Okay. The divine feminine doesn't look too bad either, not gonna lie. All right, let's get in here. Hello. Divine counterparts. Okay. Top of the deck for divine feminine overall headspace is the Son of Swords. This is Knight of Swords energy. This is an owl too, so we've got wisdom here, the ability to see in the darkness, and swift moving energy, but bringing in the truth. Divine feminine is thinking about finding out the truth. And I think she also is really feeling the divine masculine is in his integrity, that he's not doing things right now that are challenging her, triggering her trust issues. And it's because she trusts herself to know and also to be able to handle. Like, I'm thinking personally, in my experience, the way that I've been feeling lately is, well, if he starts this cycle again and does the same thing as he did before, it really won't bother me because I don't need him to do anything. If he starts the cycle and completes the cycle with me, that will be great. Like, but at the same time, I'm still gonna be doing this plotting forward. Okay, what does divine feminine feel is coming? In the back of her mind, underlying all her thoughts and decisions, is Judgment Day. The reconciliation, the apologies, the forgiveness, the salvation, peace, reharmonizing, right? So that's why she feels kind of confident right now. Man, I'm really cold. It's been very cold in LA lately. I mean, for LA. Okay. I have to qualify that as I'm about to go back to the East Coast. First thing on her mind is the Knight of Pentacles. So this is what's been going on, right? This is what's been very, very, very plotting, methodical, perfectionism. There's a solid reliability to what is coming forward, but it is so slow. This is also like withholding, somebody having an offer and not giving it. And that is followed by this energy of the Hanged Man, and it's, a vampire bat, which we have to take note of because this is how it felt. To be in suspension was literally draining her. It was draining her energy, it was draining her life. All of the feminines, when I post to TikTok and I get those comments that say, "I'll wait for you, baby," I'm always like, "Oh God, don't do that to yourself." But then also knowing it's part of the journey, the waiting. But it's not until you stop waiting and focus on your growth that you actually start to see change, right? So divine feminine is currently suspended. But what she's feeling is and she doesn't know how because the moon is here. So she's not quite sure how. It's a mystery, it's secret, but she knows intuitively that the end of the road is here, that she's going to be able to just put down this burden. And she's like, ah, yes. Like, I think about if my divine masculine came in right now and was like, "Will you marry me?" First of all, I'd be like, "First of all, yes, but second of all, like, what the fuck? Like, like why?" But also, yes, okay. And then the feeling that follows that, I'm sure, is complete terror because I have no idea what I'm getting into. 8:55, literally fives, like temporary blocks. I've never really allowed myself to believe truly until recently that it could happen. So there's like just being like, holy shit. Like that's how I know this is because this is how I would be right here. I would be surprised and delighted, but also like shocked and, scared about what would come next. What do I do now? How do we handle this? How do we do this? How do we do that? How do we do this other thing? And all the burdens I carry, all the baggage I have. Well, I have this and I have that and I have this. Frankly, I'm sure he knows most of it if he watches any of these. But regardless, it's like all of that stuff. And then relief because now I'm not doing all of it alone. Now I'm not carrying the burden of the relationship alone. Someone else is like, I'm carrying the burden of this relationship now too, for real, for real, real. And also, like my endeavors and my projects and my goals, I have somebody now to share that with and be like, hey, this is what I want to do. Do you want to do this? Are you in alignment with this? And that person would be like, fuck yes. Fuck yes. Okay. Next up, clarifying the Knight of Pentacles. What was energy? And so this King of Wands, who was not taking action, the divine masculine counterpart, and divine feminine being so empathetic, right? Her knowing, like, I know why it's taking him so long. I know what he has to deal with. I know what he has to unpack. I know what he has to shift and change. And it's a lot. So I feel for him, okay? So I'm compassionate. So I know y'all, my friends, think I'm crazy that his name still even comes out of my mouth, but this is who I am, okay? I'm the Queen of Cups. I am compassionate. I am loving. I am forgiving. I am forgiving to a fault. Except being forgiving is never a fault. It isn't. Because when you forgive somebody, you do this. Because carrying a grudge for somebody is carrying a big burden. And the second that you forgive them, it's gone. You put it down. It's gone now. There's no more burden. Divine Feminine knows that. So she did not hold any grudge for this. All she held was her inner desire that this masculine would take this action. She loves him. And when you love someone, you forgive them. So right now in this current energy, she's been suspended at this impasse, this 5 of Wands, because there is another wand that's destabilizing the 4 wands. That other wand is usually a desire that someone has that competes with someone else's desire for what they truly want. So if somebody wanted to explore or understand themselves or have space or do things in the material world, that desire to like have financial stability, whatever it was, it destabilized the ability to put the relationship first. This person, the other person, like let's say the masculine was like, listen, I need to be able to provide you with anything right now. I had to give half of what I had to my last family. And maybe I didn't have a lot in comparison to what my spending was like to begin with. So I had to figure that out. Like if your finances weren't not good, then mine weren't good. And I had to sort that out because I wanted to give you this. So I didn't want to start focusing on you and the relationship until I could really give you something so that I could just feel secure. Now that's the divine masculine's insecurities, right? But in truth, how much better is it that there's time and space for both of you to feel some first of all, autonomy in their relationship, which is so important. And second of all, stability of your own. How can you have a stable relationship with somebody if you are not stable? You can't. And then we have the Queen of Wands. So we have the divine counterparts here. And these are the spiritual kings and queens. These are the magic makers, the visionaries, the pioneers. And divine feminine in this, the reason she doesn't know exactly how this is going to happen, but she knows it's going to happen, is because she's holding that vision. She's transformed herself. She's confident. She has an incredible amount of strength. This is her head. She's like, I don't know. I don't know when this communication is going to happen. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know when or exactly what it's going to constitute, but it is going to happen. Top of the deck, overall headspace is a 3 of Wands in reverse. So this is very interesting because it's coming out here with this Knight of Swords. So this is a fast moving energy. This is being very patient and waiting because you can see your ships coming in. And this is being like, it's time, bitch. It's time for me to hear the truth. The truth about what? Oh, let me show you the truth. The truth about the separation. I want to heal the separation. I want to see peace come. There's a dove here. You can't see because of the lighting. There you go. I want peace to come to this painful experience both of us have had. I want this to end, like this screaming and frustration, like just like it's time. Like this is her heart space knowing it's time for the separation to end. It's time. It's Judgment Day. I did not expect today to be Judgment Day. I really didn't. But it is. It is. Because I gotta go. Like I gotta go. There's movers coming. There's not even gonna be furniture in here except for my bed for the next few days. Which, by the way, please, if you can find it in your heart, make donations today. I'm about to go on a big trip and I just want to make sure I have enough. Book private readings, do all the things you can to share abundance with me. I'm about to move back to the East Coast. Perhaps, although it's Judgment Days, I don't know what's happening, but no, I am doing that. No matter what, I'm going back because I have my grandmother's burial is on the 20th. So I am driving across the country to do that. And I cannot think, I definitely feel this tongue-tied energy today, which for me is usually like associated with the masculine energy of not being able to express. And I'm literally holding this card. And so I'm going back to the reading here. I'll make announcements at the end. 9 of Cups, clarifying this Knight of Pentacles. It is divine feminine's truest wish for this divine masculine energy to be the solid, reliable energy he has purported to be. So this is what she wishes more than anything. She also experienced breadcrumbing from this person. This is the withholding energy here in the Knight of Pentacles. And there's withholding energy that comes from the 9 of Cups, because even though it's the card of wish fulfillment, and if you see it in a spread, upright or in reverse, you'll get your wish. But remember, be careful what you're wishing for. But divine, even though it's the wish fulfillment card, it has elements of selfishness in it, of withholding energy. So divine feminine was experiencing that from this masculine energy. Clarifying the Hanged Man, we have the Page of Swords. So divine feminine is literally watching and waiting. This is the card we associate with watching social media or being curious about what's going on. She's curious about why there is a suspension, but she is patient. There's that 7 of Pentacles, divine masculine, this time featured in the imagery where he is picturing the feminine. Both of them are picturing each other, working on their shit and tending to themselves, taking care of themselves and growing and knowing that it's going to take time. And that's why divine feminine has surrendered to this energy of, I don't know when it's going to happen, but it's ripe to happen. It's definitely, this is a card that's like, you can now harvest what you have planted. Because you've been so patient, you can have this reward. And what is the reward? Oh, well, that's just this 10 of Pentacles that Divine Masculine is preparing to offer to her. It's fine. And this is why Divine Feminine has been so compassionate and so loving, because this is all she wants. All she wants is this King of Wands, her King of Wands, and this long-term committed relationship. That's all she wants. No big. And all that stopped her is the mental conflict she felt coming from this Divine Masculine energy. And she's wanting to be liberated from this place where the masculine is having a hard time making a decision because he's receiving these dark thoughts or dark words, however you want to look at that. And then finally, clarifying the Queen of Wands, we have very interesting card, the Tower. It is underneath the Moon and the 10 of Wands and the 7 of Pentacles. And for me, this is moving. I'm literally moving. So this is an energy of moving, shifting, and not knowing exactly how it's going to happen because of the Moon. This is a feeling of that lightning. We saw the lightning all over the place in the readings today. And it's like something shocking. Divine Feminine knows something shocking is about to happen because she's so magnetic. She's manifested. She's literally manifested that this would happen. Okay. I'm going to try to burn through these oracles. And if the people come to move, I told them I'm finishing up the reading and they can just deal with it. Because honestly, yeah, just deal with it. Okay. So Divine Masculine, here you are. These are the archetypes that are going to help, or this is the archetype that's going to help you this week. The archetype of the addict, but it is helping recognize and confronting addictive behavior. So continuing to push back against the tendency to go into numbing behaviors when you are afraid or, basically when you feel any emotion, just numbing it out. It's continuing to push back against that fear of being overwhelmed by your emotions. Your guardian angel is here to support you in this reward energy. And you did get that 9 of Pentacles, which is the reward energy for me. And the reward was literally this reunion and this sacred union. So you are being absolutely supported in presenting this offer of peace to the Divine Feminine. When I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. So this is how you need to march through this week, focusing on your inner light so that you can see through the lens of love. That's your mindset for this week. You're getting this full moon release card. It is time to release negativity. This is Scorpio, death energy, transformation, rebirth, reconnection, and letting go of any of the negativity that has made you think this wouldn't work out. Divine Feminine is not going to be in line with me. She's not going to, etc. We are getting Otter Spirit today, the protection message. You are never alone. This message is going to make me cry. Have you been channeling all your affection to just one person or counting on only one friend or individual to hold you up, heedless of your resources all around you? You deserve support and love from many people, and when Otter Spirit arrives, you are reminded that you have a community. Somewhere is another friend who wants to experience the joy of giving to you and seeing your happiness as you receive their gift of attention, affection, and kindness. Otter Spirit wants you to open your eyes to see the love that is available to you from all directions. Do you believe it? Do you feel it? Reach out to someone and you will see that they want to hold your hand as much as you want to hold theirs. Love, support, and friendship are available to you. So connect with community and friends. Go make the offer, Divine Masculine. And just in case you weren't sure you were supposed to do that, here is your theme for this week. Adjustment or justice. Balancing the scales, bringing in the truth, and reestablishing harmony in the connection. I am freezing. Hang on a second. I need to get my jacket. Bowie, what are you doing? You getting some camera time? Are you getting camera time? Okay, there we go. So, where were we? Only just seeing the divine masculine coming into union with the divine feminine today. It's fine. It's fine. Divine feminine, where are you? This is the archetype that will serve you this week. Teacher, teacher, hot for teacher. Ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. So you are really good at that this week. Look at, she's putting these two halves of this world back together. But within were all these things that she learned, all these lessons that she learned, all these little tiny mini worlds, actually, all inside of this great big one. So that's the energy that's really serving you right now. You're being supported right now by your guardian angel in this energy of retreat. And I'm actually smiling because when have I ever smiled when I see the retreat card? This card says, take a vacation immediately. And I'm feeling that you are going to be supported because you're going to be given some kind of an opportunity. The Nine of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, like everything is looking real hot right here, right now. And if you're not only thinking about your masculine person that you want to be with or your feminine person that you want to be with, just think about your life as a whole. In some way, shape, or form, a major windfall is about to land. And it's going to give you the ability to retreat from the world in a way that you've never been able to do that before. As in, like, take a nice long vacation and not have to do anything for a minute and just be in love with the person that is coming in, or, like like if it's a big wave of abundance, like not having to work as much, just being able to take time. Like, imagine I got a windfall of abundance that I didn't have to work every day, that I'm going to be driving 12 hours, because pretty much I'm going to be doing live readings as I drive across the country still. So it's like that kind of an energy. It's like this guardian angel is going to support you in not feeling guilty about being able to stop working, because it's going to feel weird. And this energy is like, you're going to have to accept the abundance. This whole time you've been like, I want my things. And the universe is like, are you gonna accept it? And you're like, I want my stuff. And the universe is like, are you going to accept it from me? Right? The divine masculine is like, you want this, but are you going to accept it? Right? He doesn't know. He knows you want it, but he doesn't know if you're still going to take it, because you could, what are all the reasons that you don't relax when you have time to relax? You're sitting there thinking, oh, I should be doing other stuff. I have this, and that to do. I should be finishing my record. I should be getting ready for this. I should be doing that. I should, bend over and kiss my own asshole. So, divine feminine, you're being supported right now and not feeling guilty for all the abundance that you are receiving. Wow. I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. And you absolutely have done that, divine feminine. So continue to uphold this mindset as you're just seeing people through the eyes of love and letting go of any of the shadows of the past. Remember that Six of Cups that was our theme. Then we are getting a win-win outcome is forecast, the full moon in Libra. And there's the scales being balanced that we saw over here on divine masculine side. You're about to win big, divine feminine. And I mean really, really big. And I mean that you are going to finally see, you're going to finally feel like all the work that you did has finally paid off, and everyone is winning. You're getting Rhino spirit here, which says overcome any obstacle, and it's the protection message of Rhino spirit. Card number 50. The appearance of an obstacle in front of you offers you a choice. Barrel into it and bang your head, or find your easiest way around it and don't fight it. Are you exhausted by your efforts to break through an obstacle? Are you stubbornly insisting that there is only one way to remove it from your path? Rhino Spirit is here to tell you that sometimes the answer is no. Sometimes it is no, not yet. And sometimes it is no, not the way you think it should be. Open to new possibilities, and you will find other options begin to appear. Not every conflict is worth engaging in, and not every obstacle is worth resisting head on. Don't waste energy banging your head against the wall. Now, that coming out with the literally the Five of Wands and the Five of Swords, this is a card of being stuck and competing with something and then just giving up on it and walking away from it and just not trying to bang your head against the wall. And that's what you're doing. You're the whole reason why divine masculine is going to be able to come and give you an offer is because you're not fighting him off anymore. Your energy isn't. You're not pushing back against him. You're not in your anger. You're not in your frustration. That's why there was that whole freaking drama on TikTok this week, like last couple of weeks, where there's the readers that are, you know, just pushing out all this anger and aggression towards the people in their lives who aren't doing, in their perception, what the divine masculine is supposed to be doing. But then kind of countering that energy, I thought it was interesting because I was putting out content that was countering that idea that the divine masculine is actually doing healing, and during that time of healing it is inappropriate to come forward to you, so with that they are actually doing what you need them to do. Once you accept that everything that is happening is what you need to happen, that reality is perfect, that every single ripple of every single action is pushing you where you want to go, then you can't feel resentment towards a person because you know that if that person were ready, they would be here. There would be nothing that would stop them. And so it's on you if you are sitting on the other side of those text messages and sending them knowing that you're going to be ignored. That is not your masculine's fault. You did not have to message that person. You know where the situation is. You know there's nothing you can do that will make you any more appealing or better. You are already appealing and better. You are already the empress. You're already this. It's not about you that the divine masculine isn't moving. It's about his own timeline. And you're on your own timeline. And sometimes those timelines intersect and sometimes they do not. Okay. And then your theme for this week is the Nine of Wands. So this is, you have done this deep healing. Retreat and the Nine of Wands to me is remain a bit isolated this week. You know, I'm having to like schedule things with people and at the same time trying to wrap up everything here. Oh shit. And it's been a lot. But, you know, continue to allow the healing that you have done to make you feel strong and confident even when you're on your own, because it is on your own when you finally are able to see your own strength. That's what makes being in partnership much more rewarding, because you don't believe that your strength comes just from that partner. It comes from within you, right? The kingdom of God is within you. All right, we're at the end of the reading. Probably somebody's going to show up in a few minutes, but I'll just tell them it'll be a few minutes and I'll finish this up for everybody. I am very scattered today. There's a lot going on, so I forgive myself. The announcements I have, I am sorry we did not get a reading this weekend with Grace Strega. It did not work out, but we will try to get it for you next week. Also, yesterday I was planning to read and I didn't have a chance. I am going to be doing 11, 22, and $33 readings today at some point on TikTok. I have to wait until everything is moved out and set up a desk and stuff. I have like a little stool thing that like a bench actually I use for performing. It's not going to be super comfortable, but I can handle it for a couple of days. So I will be reading sometime today, and I am actually probably going to be reading tomorrow. I'm not going to be considering tomorrow a day off. I need to earn. So for all of you that would like to book personal or private readings, now is a great time to do it. I'm going to be making time for readings all along my trip. So if you are interested in doing that, please go ahead and book today. And if you want to just make donations or any of the things, ooh, I have to change. Don't send me a deck right now. It's don't send me decks. Wait until I get into my next place because I've got to change the address for my Amazon account right now. So please don't send decks today. When you'll see probably next week you can send me decks again. So I think that's all the announcements. I'm going to try to stick to the normal schedule to tell me everything's spread on Thursday for members. And then I'm sorry, I did not get to a second reading. It's just going to be kind of like that for the next few weeks. And then I'll be back into a situation where I have a consistent schedule every day, hopefully for you. Okay, we are at the final reading. And here's the archetype that y'all need to embody. It's completely blank. You're a clean slate. You are fresh as a newborn babe. That's the archetype you need to have. New. Your guardian angel is here to support you in feeling totally nourished, nurtured, loved, cradled, held. This is heaven is watching over you. So, and I'm also getting this sense that they're like, it's delightful. The place where you've come to in the journey, the peace that you're experiencing, the belief in your intuition, in your connection with the divine. They're delighted. The universe, it's like we're watching you and we love this show. Energy flows where my intention goes. This is the mindset this week. Whatever you're thinking about, whatever your intention is, that's where the energy is going to flow. Your message is the answers you need are coming. It's the twins in the Gemini full moon in Gemini. So that's like climactic energy, 9:22 on the clock right now. And the answers you need are coming. Being in reverse, for me, that means the answers you need are here. And then we are getting cow spirit. The miracles are endless. And cow spirit asks you to pay attention to how you nourish your mind, body, and spirit, because right now you're wobbling around like a newborn calf on its unsteady legs. Perhaps you've been spending too much time distracting yourself on the internet or obsessing over a relationship. Rude. Or choosing to eat food that is not healthy. Whatever it is, you're being nudged to assess how you are looking after your needs. Remember, the universe has a way of reflecting back to you events and conditions that match how you treat yourself. Cow Spirit reminds you that the universe wants to give you the very best, but needs you to do your part to participate and nourish your well-being. Hang on a second. Hi, just a second. Come here. She's friendly. She'll just come greet you. But she doesn't usually go. Get here. I'm gonna put her in her. I should finish this live broadcast. Oh yeah, no worries. Thanks. Go ahead. Okay, just a minute, babe. All right. Chill out. All right. Sorry. Hang on, everybody. Okay. So the miracles are endless. And this is no more self-indulgence. Like, keep that slate clean. And the final card for the final theme of the reading this week is the star. So this is literally wish fulfillment. It's all of those hopes, all of those pieces, parts coming together and coming into alignment. The holding the unconscious and pouring it into the material and all of the healing that's taken place. Just hold on to that hope. When it becomes belief, that's when the thing that you desire is within reach. All right, everybody, thank you for being here today and this wacky day that I'm having. Like I said, I'll be back on TikTok later tonight for paid readings, and I will be doing paid readings tomorrow as well. So you can catch me on TikTok there too. And I don't know what the rest of the week shall hold, but check my Instagram stories to keep up to date. If I have announcements, if I have to postpone or cancel, I'll put it on my Instagram. And I think that's everything. Have the best day today. Take care.